Welcome and hello and hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Moss, the show where we give you just a little bit more. My name is Danny Deals on behalf of Hurricane Lopez, Stock Karen, Nod Lurker, and the entire Un Poco Moss family. We would like to say welcome and hello and welcome and greet you warmly with greetings, salutations. Guys, welcome and hello and welcome. It is me, it is I, it is Danny Deals. Guys, let's talk SoFi. Let's change it up and just talk SoFi today. Ticker symbol SOFI. As I'm sure all of you turds know, earnings came out yesterday, hit 2 cents. Record on the top line, obviously unprecedented record on the bottom line. A lot of people are saying guidance for 2024 is a little bit weak. The street had us at 6 cents. Management is coming out and saying 7 to 8 cents. So let's be honest, guys. They're going to raise that every single year. I'm looking for something around 20 cents earnings next year, 12 cents at the very low. But guys, let's talk about it. Of course, we have reiterations yesterday, today from the Chia Pet and the Fivehead. They're still at 3 and 4. This is the definition of a shill, a dishonest turd, in my opinion. Critical thinking is when you're presented with new data, you're presented with new facts, that you go ahead and analyze that data and sort of change your conclusions, or at least examine your conclusions or your thought process. I mean, there's no critical thinking with the SoFi Bears. I mean, consider the fact that the Chia Pet, like I said, he was buy on the stock on the fall from this SPAC mania when the stock was at 12, when it's at 10. So 2 years ago, he thought the stock was worth more than 12, and now he thinks the stock's worth 3. So that is basically, these bears are valuing the stock just over this year's sales, which I think is going to be, analysts are saying 2.46. That's just ridiculous. Sales are going to be at least 2.7. I mean, it's just stupid. It's just stupid, guys. It's just stupid. I can't even get my head around. Plus my head is not the size of the Fivehead. So there's, like I said, I have moved the entire team into the Fivehead's penthouse suite, just behind that incredible hairline. We have views of the eyebrow. We have views of the beak. We are brow adjacent, but it's a beautiful office space, guys. But the problem is, if you look around, there's an echo in here because there's no fucking brain in this giant Fivehead. And yes, he is still he is still leasing out the Fivehead as a supplementary emergency drive-in movie screen to show disaster preparedness videos to lily-white teenagers across the Midwest. So he's able to bring in some supplemental income that way. Supplemental, like supplemental? Yeah, it means extra. It's like, why don't you go eat that outside, then come back and talk to me? He's like, hello. He's like, not you. You. You have to love Bigger and McCracken. But anyway, guys, there's a few things to break down that just aren't readily apparent. And that's that after I told you, idiots. I told you. I said, if this thing is a big beat, it's going to run 20% no matter what. Doesn't matter if it starts at 750 or 10. And that's what they set up, guys. They set up a fake victory for us. Oh, yay, the stock went up 20%. Now it's pulling back. Yay. Yay. How much is 10 tickets? Tickets are $5 each. $50. Like, yay, I can bring 5 friends. Who are we, special ed? To go back to a Crank Yankers reference? Did they pull the wool over our eyes that easily, guys? The SPAC offering price was 10. This stock is grossly undervalued. That 20% pop was a peace offering. Don't smoke them peace pipe with these people. And now they resharded. Guys, can you believe the level of temerity to reshart on the basis of this ER? And guys, there are positives and negatives in the ER, but overall, it's not a home run, guys, but it's a solid double. Again, management is just rock solid. This is what you want to see. You don't, like, guys, GAAP net revenue, $615 million, 35% year over year. Adjusted net revenue, same story, 34% year over year. Okay, adjusted EBITDA 181 million, 159%. They actually reached their 30% target margin for EBITDA in Q4. GAAP net income 48 million. GAAP EPS 0.2. New member ads only 585. I was looking for like 800,000. I was totally out to lunch. Just totally off. Totally off base. My bad on that one, guys. Product ads, I would have liked to see a little bit more on the product ads, show a little bit more cross-selling, but it's not bad. It's okay. But it's not an explosive diarrhea type of growth. It's just a nice, steady, um, I don't know, whatever kind of poop that would be. So fourth quarter deposit growth, very, very strong, 2.9 billion. I think that's actually, I think it was 2.8. So everyone was saying that was going to go down. Again, I was calling for 3.5, but I'm a big idiot. So what are you going to do? Listen to this, guys. Tangible book value measures some really important things. Fourth quarter tangible book value growth was 204 million. But the full year was only 334 million because of that big fucking write down, I guess. So that was really impressive in the fourth quarter. Diversification milestone with 40% fourth quarter adjusted net revenue from tech platform and financial services. And of course, they announced guidance. They came out with some absolutely crazy numbers for, maybe crazy, maybe not crazy. They were saying basically 2026 gap EPS could be 55 to 80 cents. And if that's even close to true, this stock is just grossly undervalued. When I do napkin math, guys, when I do napkin math, I'm looking at this stock should be worth 5 times this year's sales, growing the top line at 35%. Management's saying, okay, growth is going to slow down to like 25%, but then they're going to keep raising, guys. Member growth, yes, is slowing because they cut the spend. But management can take the gas pedal and increase and decrease that fuel whenever they want. They can increase spending, get more and they're cutting back on loans and they're becoming more and more selective. And that is because one of the negatives, defaults were edging up. Okay, defaults were edging up. They have to set aside more money for that. It's not good. But guys, yesterday, this is the key. The volume was completely fucking bonkers, guys. 286 million shares traded. So that's why this is a little bit confusing, because if you look at the aggregate short volume down to 34, it looks like it went down. But look at the aggregate short volume, 48 million. 48 million. It's just absolutely nuts what they did. They did everything they could to step on the stock, and it still went up 20% and held on to those gains. And believe me, this thing's going back up. This is not an $8 stock. This is not a $9 stock. Everyone, I think, with a brain in their head, if you're not named, Chia Pet, Fivehead, Bologna Sandwich, the Parrot, if you're not one of these shills who just, is willing to say anything, no matter the personal humiliation and how ridiculous it is. I mean, the better analysts, 14, 11, the lower ones, 10. I mean, if you're at 3, you're at this year's sales with a profitable company growing the top line at 35%. You just don't know your trade. You just don't know your craft. You just don't know what you're doing. But guys, shares on loan popped up almost 20 million yesterday to 153 million. This is one of the highest levels we've seen in some time. Again, look at yesterday, net borrowing, 18.5 million. Okay, today, another 3.5 million net. So post ER, they're borrowing net over 20 million shares. The shorts have basically decided, okay, we're going to let not let it, but the thing's going to pop 20% and then we're going to reshart. That's why I said who controls the starting line is so important. Because with this high frequency trading, if the volume's not super high, like 300 million, I mean, why did they churn 300 million shares? It's to control the price. I said they control the price 2 ways: volume and borrowing. Okay, they can control the price if the volume is extremely high or extremely low. And so obviously there's going to be a ton of volume and they have to attack the stock. But This is just more shorting, some profit taking. Trust me when I say this thing is going to go back up. This is not going to come back down here to 750. No. They're not going to short it that heavily because you're going to see institutions come in. You're going to see re-rating. And to that end, this basically fill the gap. Puts are coming back in at 750 and 8, which is fine. I don't think these 750 puts are going to print. These $8 prints, these $8 puts, it's a question mark, but obviously the calls are getting killed today. But, they're trying to shake retail out of all these calls and just get them to take something. I had some calls. I sold a lot of them yesterday. I was up 100. I made 170% profit in 2 days, guys. Made a lot of money. But you have to get out. I told you, sell them on the Monday pop. Like, this stock will go up 20 some percent and it'll sell back off. I don't think it's going to sell off that much. I think this is it. It's all borrowing. It's all shorting. The shorts have only gone deeper and deeper, guys. Sorry, I'm need to remember to breathe. I need to remember to check the comments. Not a lurker is probably telling me to drink tap water. Um, What's going on, guys? Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. Thank you for joining me. It's Un Poco Moss. It's Danny Deals. SoFi stock is down today 5%, 47 cents on 66 million shares traded. So extremely heavy volume, guys. Topper time check. It's January 30, 2024. It's 9:48 in the AM out here in beautiful sunny Los Angeles. Hope it's a great day wherever you are. Um, this is just, again, mechanics attacking the stock. I don't think any retail investors are satisfied with $9. Again, SPAC offering price was 10. They've done incredibly good things. Now, one of the FUD elements that I'm hearing come on stronger and stronger and stronger is dilution. They've diluted so many shares. And yes, there's been stock-based compensation, but if you look at when this turd went public, 10 quarters ago, it was like 880 million shares or something, and now it's still less than a billion shares. So stock-based compensation has not been that radical. Yes, there were the vampire SPAC shares that went to Chamath and his evil minions for doing absolutely nothing other than talking in circumspect tones about bullshit while they line their own pockets, ripping off retail investors over and over again, because that's basically what the SPAC process is. Most of the companies are nowhere near ready for prime time. They fall from $10, they pump to 20 or whatever it is, then they fall down to $2. And you just shake everybody out. You get shat on, rinse, repeat. They end up taking these companies private, selling them for scrap, basically shitting on our heads as retail. And we're like, oh, you're so lucky you can get in on this. Like, oh, get in on this. Yeah, ooh, can get in on this. Like, yeah, get in on this Microvast IPO. Anybody want to get in on Hylian at $50 a share? Anybody want to buy Lucid at 40? Oh, it's 4 now? Oh, excellent. I've lost all my money. I'm not saying these were all Chamath SPACs, but I mean, guys, it's a lot of dog shit to sift through. So, some of these attacks hit home, but I don't know, guys. I think this is another very prime opportunity to buy. You've already seen the results, and now you can buy at $8.64 today. I think it's just ridiculous. If you take, I'm saying at the low end 2.7 in sales. So right now we're trading barely 3x this year's sales. And again, growing the top line 35%. These are not hypothetical numbers. Okay, management is turning this thing in. You see Max Payne, guys, $8. So you see why they're pushing down. They've opened up these puts. Um, it's basically back to the same game, but I don't think it's going to work because I think people are going to buy in. Guys, Goldman Sachs raised their target price by $1, reiterated their hold. You saw Reginald Smith, touchdown Terry Ma at Barclays, a hold at 10. Remember, that's still significant upside. The bologna sandwich said he initiated a sell at 4. This is more games. He didn't initiate anything. The guy's never initiated even a synapse or a coherent thought in his life. It's just a big empty egg of a head. Fivehead, a five-head bologna sandwich, absolute turd, incapable of any critical thinking. How are you at 4 and at 4 and at 4 and at 4 and new data keeps coming in? The company keeps growing. Now they're making a gap net profit. Do I change my five-headed way of thinking? Of course I don't. Same with I think they just dumped. They're probably going to put him on, but the Chia Pet David Chiavarini with Wedbush, he came out and reiterated again at $3. So you see, SoFi Technologies gets a sell from Compass Point. The Fivehead reiterated $4. Compass Point, Giuliano, the Bologna sandwich shares closed at 916. He's a 4-star analyst with shit for brains. According to this author. In addition, Compass Point also received a sell from, it didn't receive, he reiterated, Wedbush's David Chiavarini report issued Wednesday, JP Morgan. And if you go through, it was more of the same from the Bears. They're worried about defaults. They're worried about weakness. They're worried about, they're SoFi's lending less, so this doesn't make any sense, but they're still worried about the balance sheet constraining lending capacity, even though SoFi has a massive amount of warehouse line capacity. And they can make money because they're getting, again, more deposits. They actually had higher deposits than originations. So their lending capacity is actually increasing, not decreasing. So it's absolute complete bullshit. But going through some the Seeking Alpha guys, we've actually had some bulls and some neutral guys actually turn bullish, some bears, excuse me. So I think this is just a short hit on the stock. I think this is actually going to pop back up today because I think as people digest this ER, they're going to see that it's a lot better than, the bears are saying, okay, it's good and bad. And it is good and bad. Every ER contains good and bad, but guys, I am not an X's and O's guy. I'm not a ones and zeros guy. I'm not a give me the right answer guy. I'm not a plug-in formula guy. I'm not an algorithm guy. I'm not a high frequency trading guy. I'm not a computer. I'm not Johnny Five. Okay. I'm not C3PO. I'm not Elon Musk's robot, the machine that builds the machine. I am just a regular doofus. Okay. I am a chunky monkey, a middle-aged doofus. I'm looking for great companies that are undervalued to put my money in, and you do not have to be any genius to see that this company is poised to do extraordinarily well into the future. Why do companies like Goldman hate on SoFi, Chase, Jamie Dimon? Why do they hate on SoFi? SoFi is taking customers and deposits. One of the articles I read is talking about how extraordinary it is that they grew by 2.9 billion when almost all banks are losing deposits. Savings rates are going down, credit card debt is going up. People have less and less savings, and the middle and lower class people, of course, the wealthy are getting wealthier. What else is new, guys? It is America, right? But I need you to understand, check your shorts. Understand the magnitude of this reshart. Understand that they just borrowed another 23 million shares in the last 2 days, and that's like, 3% of the entire fucking flow to the stock. Understand the shorts are levered up, just massively increase their bet against SoFi after a good ER. Um, this is working in their favor. They have a red day today. NASDAQ's down about 125 points or 0.8%, but SoFi, 6% pullback. I'm not super worried about this after, whatever it was, 22% gain, but I think this stock is going to settle in above 10 and trade in that $10 to $15 trading range. It's been in the 5 to 10 range for a long, long time. But just not to put too fine a point on it, but like, I don't think he's even here. But if you look back at the ratings, guys, these analyst ratings make absolutely no sense. I mean, remember, guys, reiterate. Yesterday, we got to reiterate from Andrew Jeffrey, Truist, 5-star rating at 14. Yesterday, we got to reiterate from Deutsche Bank, Mark DeVries, 5-star, he's at 12. We also got to reiterate a sell, the 650, the parrot, the hairline, Michael Perito, head like a giant bowling ball. We got to reiterate a buy at 11 from Ashvin at Citibank, 23% upside on the stock. Bank of America reiterated a buy. I think he dropped his target price, actually, at 950. John Heck with Jeffries, again, reiterated $15. We got it initiated, which is not exactly what happened. From the Fivehead at Compass Point, the massive empty Fivehead. Barclays assigned $10 and a hold. JP $10 and a hold. And again, Goldman did raise their target price by $1 there. And that doesn't seem significant to go from 7 to 8, but it is a 14% increase in their target price. So instead of having 25% or 30% downside on the stock, now they have 10% downside. So Lottie freaking daw. As Chris Farley would say, as the late great Chris Farley, rest in peace, buddy. And here's my tile. It's the giant Manbaby Chia Pet throwing his post ER tantrum, and there's a clown over here with a poop hat. There's Danny Deals in the middle. There's the SoFi logo. There's tears coming out, just crying like a baby. Oh, what a miserable piece of shit these guys are. But in any case, guys, anybody want to talk SoFi? What's going on? What's going on? Not a lurker, of course, is here moderating the insanity over in the chat. Not a lot of you chatting. Doofus Roof's here. Doofus Roofs was first. M. Russo's here. Thanks, M. Russo. Joel Madsen, welcome and hello. Keegan Mullins, Roland Dubs, Ukeko, welcome and hello. Hello and welcome, Dimitri Jeet. Thank you, Dimitri. It's so stupid. I'm a big idiot. That was fun while it lasted. No, Frumbler, don't worry. Look at the borrowing, look at the volume. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. The results were quite good. Put selling time for R.T. Broski. Bill Broski. Oh, he's 8 feet tall. Only the best lurker is here. Eric Mordell of New Jersey, 2025. Buying is out, maybe $20. Hope and pray. So 3 years, made a mistake of buying too high. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think student loans in the Biden administration have been a big problem. I mean, God, look at how SoFi has been doing the last couple of years. Been absolutely extraordinary. So SoFi is going to do well no matter if rates are high or low, no matter if it's Biden or Trump. SoFi is going to continue to do well, adapt. Their management is going to be absolutely fine no matter what happens. Hello, Matt Flo. Welcome and hello. Sub and like Admiral Turd. Run up, run down. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I knew. See, guys, that's why I was talking about why it's so critical they tank the stock prior to earnings. Because if this was at $10 where it was just a few weeks ago, it was still going to run 20% to 12 and absolutely massacre these shorts. That's why these shorts didn't have to cover because they pushed the stock back down to the sevens. So then when it runs 20%, it's only 9. That's the game. The thing should have run like 80%, but again, they borrowed 20 million shares and stepped on the stock with their high frequency bullshit. That's why they churned 300 fucking million shares. That wasn't retail. Come on, the mechanics, the computers, the algos are still running this stock. What's up, Ryan Shitpiro? Not a lurker. What's up, Benji? How you doing? Welcome and hello. What's up, J Mac? I said I would do my SoFi rock opera, which I wrote. It took me almost 10 minutes to write, and it was going to be absolutely glorious. But I said they need to hit that 3 to 5 cent target. We only missed it by 1 cent. I don't think anybody wants to hear my SoFi rock opera anyway. It included some great songs. Billy Joel, Spack in the Middle with You. Um, who's that? My Chemical Romance. Included Live, the great band Live. It included that song from Crazy Heart, which I love, Weary Kind, a little David Bowie. Goes right into some Sum 41. It was basically a tragic comedy ending in triumph of the arc of being in the SoFi stock since the SPAC to selection of SoFi to the highs to the crash, straight through to net profit and straight on till morning. But alas, that one penny has prevented me from performing my SoFi rock opera live for the first time, and I am just very, very upset because it was going to be just not embarrassing at all. But then we went into who the hell is this? This is okay. This is forever, and then let's see, and then yeah, we were going to close it out with some Garth Brooks. We had hot heat in there. Oh my god, it was going to be great, guys. But Anthony Noto couldn't get that 1 cent profit. So guys, we see a lot of I've often said seeking alpha as opposed to like some of the tip ranks. They're not just churning out garbage articles with Chat GTP. Like their authors are actually kind of vetted and stuff. So just want to get a quick glance at these. Obviously, you can check them out on your own time, but yeah, they're attacking the stock today. But again, I wouldn't worry about this, guys. Retail is not dumping here. Yes, swing traders are taking profits. They're trying to push down and for puts and stuff, but trying to kill options again. It's right back to the same thing, but this isn't going to work. They're not going to be able to push down this far. I don't even think they're going to be able to come anywhere near this 6% downward move. This is looking like a typical mountain and hump without the hump. It's just selling off at a 45. This ain't going to work, guys. I know the bears think they're still in charge of the stock, and maybe the shorts think they're still in charge of the stock, and their only strategy is reshart. If your only tool is a hammer, or if your only tool is a big log of poo, everything looks like a reshart. It's like if your only tool is a hammer, every problem looks like a nail. Well, if you have shit for brains and your only tool is a big log, then everything looks like a reshart. It's like, gee, boss, SoFi just turned in good earnings, hit a gap net profit for the first time ever. Reshart. He's like, you sure you want to reshart it, boss? I mean, SoFi's doing real well. They're growing real fast. They're profitable. Doesn't seem like a company you want to short. It's like, reshart. Bring me 3 new pairs of underwear and reshart the stock. He's like, okay, boss. Good thing we're doing this with other people's money because this ain't that smart. He's like, fuck you, Beansy. Anyway, guys, it's an internal argument that comes in the backroom gangsters. The shorts run out of the bada bing. They're out running out of the back of the strip club. Giuliano Bologna, the Fivehead, Chiaverini, the Chia Pet, Michael Perito, the bowling ball headed parrot, the hairline himself. These guys just sit back there. They count the ones that smell like bad Gap Dream Lotion and stripper crotch. And they just count those ones out, and they take all those ones and they add them up, and then they sell as much blood and semen as they can get together from the boys. Big pussy. No, this is Sopranos. I was thinking of Polly Walnuts, not the Chia Pet. Sorry, guys. I do get confused. The mind, it wonders. What's up, J Mac? What's up, J Mac? J Money. That's what I call. I might change Not a Lurker's name to J Money, just unilaterally, because I like it. Okay. Oh, hey, I made it. What's up, Martin Stone? How you doing, buddy? What's up, Tim Rio Mini M66? Yeah, but nobody pays attention to. It's the asshole who cried wolf, guys. You remember that old tale? It's when you're a complete asshole and you say the same thing and it's never true. People just stop listening to you because you don't have any credibility because you're an asshole. And that's the way it was. Closed yesterday, the bell, tons of $1 million. Yeah, exactly, JS. That's why this short is not sustainable. This reshart is not sustainable. What's going on, Stockman Mark? How you doing today? What's up, Air Force? I'm giving you un poco, buddy. I'm giving you everything I've got. Give me all you got. Chaos Perez, what's up? Matt Flo, yeah, this price is complete bullshit. I think we all know that. Just issued more shares. Yeah, they always are issuing more shares, Tim Rio. Life, love, and the Fed. Yeah, typical SoFi pattern. Should have bought more. Sold yesterday. Yeah, guys, I sold my options on the pop. Again, had a bunch of $8 calls. I sold most all of them up. 171%. So I was buying those for like 37 cents, 43 cents. I was selling them $1.30 plus. That's just easy money. I knew this was going to be a net profit. The fact that it was 2 cents instead of 1. If it was, 5 cents, like I was hoping it would have gone to the moon. But again, this would I was listening to Tanner, listening to some of the other guys, Data Driven Investing, Tevis, all the the Brain Trust, the SoFi nerds. Nerds, the SoFi nerds, and they were saying this would have been actually 5 cents, but not for some certain accounting adjustments. So that's quite interesting. What's going on, Kareem? Kareem living life in black and white in a serene baseball cap, looking off to the side. Hello, what's out there? Perhaps I'm looking at a bird or a beautiful sunset, but either way, it's a pleasant avatar. Just serenity. When I think Kareem, I think black and white serenity. I think day spa. I'm sorry. Come in, hello, and welcome. I just woke up from a nap, guys. It has been very, very restful. I stayed up all night on Sunday night. I did a really weird Insomniac live stream, and then I was on with Tanner and Tevis and Chris. Um, who else was there? There was 5 of us. Steve Areno was not there. He was sleeping in. Who am I missing? Roy! How could I forget Roy? What's wrong with me? But guys, it was just a pleasure because these guys are going inside the numbers and they were all seeing little things that I'd always miss, and just really getting into it. But guys, I don't have all that much to say, but this aggressive reshort, again, look for the stock to make a move up as I think it's doing right now. We're seeing pretty good volume on each tick. They're not able to kill the volume, but look at the volume yesterday. You see just extremely high, and it remains high. So they're loading, they're resharding. Some tension was relieved on the spring, but not that much, guys, because remember, these shorts were resharding heavily from 680 to 740, and they haven't been able to push it back down there. Even when they were holding it for 5 days last week, it was like 750, 770. They did not close out any of these positions. They didn't take any medicine. They didn't book any losses. And now they're just coming in with a huge ill-advised, aggressive reshart. I don't. Pardon me. Need some tap water. Let's see what we're doing here, turds. Um. So again, you'll see what I'm saying, guys. If you look at the last 7 days, shares on loan is up 24% and utilization is up 25% in the last 7 days. Okay, so that is a big, big reshart. Now, short interest is only up 1%, but again, I think a lot of these short longs dump their long share, they go pure short, and that's why there's so many, so many, so many shares on loan. This is a big number, guys. If you go back, say, 12 months, and take a look at this chart, they're not up to the levels they were. Of course, there were like 240 million shares on loan last May, before there was sort of a big crash in the stock. That's, oh, where is that? And then it ran up and they shorted, they reshorted. There's a long history of sharts and resharts. You have to check. It's like the rings of a tree. You have to check the lines in the Fivehead and Chia Pet's chonies to sort of get the life of the chart, see what makes it tick. But again, today, guys, borrowed change 3 million. It's not that much actually, considering the churn, but I think they're doing a lot of dumping. They're just doing anything they can to step on this rally because let's face it, the stock should have shot way past 10 bucks with this gap net profit. As institutions come in, I think we're going to see more re-rates to the upside, and I think people realize how ridiculous, just what ridiculous losers, the Fivehead, the Chia Pet, the Bologna sandwich. I'm not gonna, sort of paint Michael Perito, the parrot, the hairline, the bowling ball headed hairline, with that broad a brush because, okay, he's at 650 and he saw this ER and he said, okay, my critical thinking skills and my, giant Cro-Magnon skull lead me to believe that there's nothing to see here and that I shouldn't re-rate up or down. I shouldn't think whatsoever. I'll just, they'll just wind up, pull the string in the back on my back, and I'll go on 650. But anyway, guys, it is what it is. Hello and welcome, guys. Hello and welcome. Yeah, the Chia Petty's a lot of fun. So what's up, guys? I don't know. That's really all I had. I'm gonna probably just bail out of this. I might come in later, because this price action is just stupid. I think this is gonna swing back up today, guys. There's a lot of shares being traded. I don't even think they're gonna be able to push this down to 850. I think people are, they're coming in to buy the stock. If we just kind of take a look at the 1 day, and the 5 day, like, this is not what they want on volume. They're trying to control this. There's buys coming in. There's too much volume. If you look at the 5 day, the five-headed 5 day forecast, like, you can see this thing pop and then the algo is just trying to sell it off like it's any other day. But this isn't any other day, guys. They're not going to be able to kill the volume. Institutions are going to come in. It is what it is, guys. SoFi's guiding for like 7 to 8 cents. We all know that's complete sandbag, skullduggery, buggery. It's just bullshit, guys. They always keep guiding upward. Look at what they're doing with adjusted EBITDA. Look at the EBITDA. If you know anything about accounting, if you know anything about scaling, if you know anything about how this works, eventually that EBITDA will go down to the bottom line. They're already in Q4, hit that 30% EBITDA margin. All three of their business segments are contributing to profit. They told you again, they reiterated that technology, financial services are going to be a big, huge part of the growth. Those businesses have higher margins, they have less risk. They're cutting back on the loans, they're cutting the legs out of the bear argument. One by one, it's no growth. And the bear argument of defaults increasing actually has some validity with this ER, but overall, guys, if you look at the big picture, all that it's like, they have to get down to it's like if you're looking at a used car and you bring your mechanic and the car says, hey, the engine's running really good. This car will get you through a lot of miles. And you say, da da da, everything looks good tires, good brakes, good service history, no accidents. And then, and you bring in like, the Parrot or the Fivehead, like, yep, you got a little scratch on the interior of the door jamb here. Just a little scratch. Like they're just looking for any tiny minutia to, and I realize, the loans and stuff, it's a huge part of the business, so it's not minutia, but increase of defaults, a tiny percentage is not going to kill the SoFi stock. You know, it's like they're looking at these issues that are going to be temporary, transient setbacks. They're not going to bankrupt the stock. $3, $4. These are bankrupt price. These are going concern prices. These are you're worried about the company staying in business prices. One time this year's sales. Like management's telling you in 2026, we're going to have 55 to 80 cents of gap net profit. Think about it, guys. Think about what the multiples become. Think about what the EPS multiples become out to 2030. If management can be like, oh my God, 2030, that's forever. You're just such a loser. You're saying, of course, any stock grows in 5 years. No, they don't, guys. Look at actual stocks. Like plenty of stocks go down over time. A lot of stocks are flat over time. Not everything is big tech. Not everything is FANG. Not everything, just tickles your balls and just runs up. Ask me about my. It's just not how things work. So, huge gains by 2030 are not guaranteed, but I think SoFi has as good a guarantee to lock in that sort of growth value combination. I mean, you're talking about a stock growing 35% at the top line that's now making money with great margins incoming, a great business model, great management. The stuff they're attacking is just this transient bullshit they're latching onto because they don't have anything real to criticize. I mean, what do you want from management? They keep delivering. Now, last time we said, hey, management's beat for 9 quarters. They've only been around for 9 quarters. You know, what do you want? You can't ask management to do the impossible. You can't ask management to give you a 10-year track record on a company that's only been around for 2.5 years. They can only do what they can do. I know the bears and the shitheads, like, these analysts who just put out this ridiculous hit piece FUD bullshit. You have to acknowledge management is constrained by objective reality. Okay? That's how things work. Management doesn't have a magic wand to, make the macro disappear or to make government student loan policy different. Management can only work with what they're given. They can only play the cards that they're dealt. With the cards they have been dealt, management has absolutely killed it. Management has been A plus. Management has been 100%. Management has inspired confidence. Management has continued to deliver on what they say they are going to do. They work their strategy. Where's the FUD with the tech? The tech accounts were supposed to slow down, but they grew by 10 million. Why isn't the FUD landing? Why aren't the puts printing? Stock coming back up, guys. This is I'm going to go out on a limb and say the market swings back up and the stock closes at most down like 25 cents or less. I think it could even swing to the green. I mean, the spring is coiled. The Nasdaq is coming back up. What news do we have today? Nasdaq falls ahead of Alphabet. Everybody's a little worried. I think Microsoft is poised for a pullback. I sold Microsoft to buy some of the SoFi options and such. ahead. We're at the 38-minute mile marker. Guys, I ran a marathon yesterday, so I'm a little bit tired. I ran a 10K this morning. I'm a long-distance runner, competitive long-distance runner. They call me Rudy the Rabbit. Rudy the Rabbit. Rudy the Rabbit. Hey, guys. What a very intelligent engineer, C-Bar, once told me, or was this Paul... Was this PC? Was this Paul Clark, the great Paul Clark out in the UK? Um, Slow is smooth and smooth is fast, guys. That's one of this company is effortless. This company's hitting on all cylinders. It's not like, oh, they struggle and have a great quarter and then have another horrible quarter. This is what you want to see as a long-term investor. Slow, steady, stable, reliable. You almost want boring ERs that are just incremental beats. You get these incredible raises in EBITDA. You get these incredible raises at the top line, and the bottom line will follow. Guys, this is simple math. These massive increases in EBITDA flow down to the bottom line to GAAP net profit. It just takes like 4 to 6 quarters. You have to grow out of it. Some of these items that are included in one but not the other. But the fact is, the trajectory of the company is not in question, guys. The trajectory of the company is not in question, and I'm just not buying it. So, guys, that's really all I had for today. Again, massive reshart. I had doubled down again on some $8 calls that I sold yesterday at, again, 171% profit. Go me. And I'm going to make more money again because this stock is going to go back up this week. And I think shorts and bears are absolutely desperate to step on it. But again, guys, I read these articles very, very quickly. Ashen Velshi, Sofi, the profit party is just getting started. He goes. We're hearing a lot about risk reward. He was a strong buy at 916. Again, it's already fallen down like 50 cents, so he would be at even a stronger buy. Talking about diversification, emerging force in the financial services industry has been an outlier. Continues to execute at high level across all business segments with a fair value of $13.85 per share. SoFi is offering a very attractive entry point for long-term investors. And that's before the stock fell, 50 cents today. So adjusted net revenue up 34% year over year, EBITDA margin 30.4%, net income 48 million. You guys know all this. Lending slowed down, technology is speeding up. Record net revenue 97 million, 8% sequentially. Contribution margin 30.6 million. So the full year increased 81% and 24% top and bottom line. Margin 32%, 27, driven by continued strong organic growth of existing partners, new product adoption, notable contributions from increasingly diversified clients launched within the last 6 months. So not only are they increasing members, but it's important quality members that are going to bring in money. This is the value add. Growth potential far outweighs the risks. Looking at the SoFi Q4 report, he's talking about the company's reported positive profitability across all segments. Transformed from a student lender to a full-service digital bank with a strong member base. SoFi's early life activation and customer retention are impressive, positioning them well for continued growth and primacy. SoFi's credit quality will be really important indicator as the continues to grow the loan book. And the credit's slipping. The defaults are growing up a bit, so we definitely don't want to see that. The good, he has the financials, operational excellence, and I would completely agree with that. The bad, the gripe I have, reporting adjusted EBITDA. He doesn't like the adjusted EBITDA number. It excludes stock-based compensation. The ugly default rates are up. This is true, 4.6 to 4.8 and 0.5 to 0.6% on personal and student loans, respectively. Not a huge increase, but they're having to set aside more money, and that is problematic. We definitely need to see a SoFi get a tourniquet on this, make sure they are pulling back loans. They're increasing borrowing standards, so that's good. They have too many loans out to these low credit scores. Conclusion, overall, SoFi Technology is a really good business. Positive far outweighs the negatives discussed above, and for that reason, I'm initiating my coverage SoFi with a buy rating. I expect this company to continue growing quickly and scaling their platforms. While there are modest risks, the tailwinds of SoFi is enjoying are far more compensate investors for the risks. So we're hearing this over and over again. Michael Wiggins de Oliveira. the Oliveria, whatever that is, trying to roll my ends, my tildes. I've turned bullish, rating upgrade. So this guy was kind of a SoFi bear. Recent impressive Q4 results challenge previous concerns and make it difficult to remain bearish on the stock. Customer's strong customer adoption curve and high demand for its platform indicate I'm coming home. I got to get off this live stream, guys. Guys, it is, you can read this article yourself, but SoFi's guidance potential 25% CAGR 2024. I think it's going to be at least 30. Achieving 80% clean gap EPS by 2026. That's the high end, low is 55, excuse me. Rapid recap. They delivered terrific improvements, profitability, stock price. Previous comments, SoFi's near-term prospects, guys. I got to go. I cannot keep going through. But Quad 7 Capital, SoFi keeps growing, but a big question mark remains. New member growth persists. The SoFi is breaking even. Can we keep going? SoFi, we at Quad 7 Capital. So, guys, I'm going to let you read through this yourself. I got to get going. But SoFi, I was very impressed overall with the ER, the growth, management pulling back on members, pulling back on spending, pulling back on lending, emphasizing technology, emphasizing financial services, basically hitting a home run. I'll try to get back to you guys with another video where I go over Noto on CNBC. I'll go over the actual earnings call transcript. But for now, guys, I just wanted to check in and absolutely trash the Fivehead, the bologna sandwich, the Chia Pet as a big crying Manbaby, incapable of any critical thinking or any reasonable thought. But for now, guys, I would like to thank you for tuning in to Un Poco Mas. My name's Danny Deals for Not a Lurker. Who the hell else is here? Stock Karen, Hurricane Lopez, and the rest of us douchebags. Want to say thanks for tuning in. Thank you for investing in the SoFi stock. Look for the SoFi stock to pop up again here late in the trading session because the shorts don't have a leg to stand on. They're borrowed 20-some million shares the last 2 days, and it's just absolutely dangerous, absolutely unsustainable. If we see some big re-rates, some big money coming into the stock, these guys could get slaughtered on a short wing squeeze in their chonies. Guys, you have a great day. Peace! I'm out of here, bitches. If you want to see that SoFi rock opera, leave a thumbs down or just go fuck yourself. I'm out.